What's up? What's going on, family? Have another currency breakdown, which is now talking about the Swiss franc economy. Um, you see this weekly support here, little fake breakout, boom. Demand for the Swiss franc is becoming strong, and I'm thinking this is dealing with the Swiss franc is a risk, a safe haven, right? So when the market is risk off with investments, they flood to currencies like the yen, Swiss franc, and the dollar. So I feel like this came into play because everybody don't know what's going on with the global economy, global economics. Now, yes, Swiss franc be having anybody can tell you this it's about to say the stems, but the wicks on these things are ugly. Swiss so sometimes be ugly, but I feel like the way you can get over trading um the Swiss franc is knowing the characteristics of the currency and when to use it. And you shouldn't be scared from there. Because I remember first coming into um trading the technicals, everybody really didn't like the chef like that. Maybe you chef, but other than that, people didn't like trading the chef because it's ugly. Look at the charts, it's crazy. But if I would have understand the fundamentals and the environment of the market more when I first came in, I wouldn't have been so afraid to trade the Swiss franc. Anyway, so we see right here, it was a little push down. Okay, boom, right, and structure broke with this candle right here, and we have our first higher low from what I'm saying. Putting it down to the 4 hour. Let's see, 4 hour right now. I'm looking for it. If it can come back here, I'll buy it again. Let's see, they hit the 61.8. Let me take a deeper look. Hold on, y'all. Did fill this gap. I don't know. We'll see how the data actually come out. Possibly I could take a trade right here. Ultimately, I'm looking for it to come back down here. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because this looking at on a 4 hour when it came down, this is the move that broke structure. So if it can come back down here, that'd be great. That'd be 100% retracement. Put all your eggs in one basket. Nah, I wouldn't say that. There was somebody that the way that he break down the fib levels, man, it was just amazing. He always say that. Come to 100%, put all your eggs in one basket. I'm not telling you to do that. And by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. All right, I'm just a regular person trying to decode the matrix like you, trying to make a living. So, getting straight into it, straight to business. I don't know why this thing be so. All right, so let's check it out. Manufacturing sector and the Swiss franc economy. Weak. Not doing good at all. Actually, look at that number, pretty bad. Producer and import prices, which is pretty much PPI. Weak, not so good. I know they were saying that the way with the Swiss franc is going to be a moderate growth, so not expecting much here, but definitely weak. Economic sentiment. This is dealing with analysts feel pessimistic. Oh, not by the euro area. Must have copy and paste there, but this is dealing with analysts in businesses. They do feel pessimistic about it. First, it hit higher last month, if I'm not mistaken. Now it went lower, but there's not necessarily a demand for the Swiss franc right now, to be honest, right? And the only reason why it's appreciating in price because it's a safe haven. When things hit the fan and it's crazy, people will flood their money into safe havens to at least get some type of profit off their investment, right? Now, my thoughts: this economy is mixed. The characteristics of this currency will appreciate this currency, period. Otherwise, it will depreciate until global demand improves, right? Leader KOF leader indicators pretty much is dealing with the business confidence in that economy, and it's mixed 1-1. So last month it was pretty strong, it was pretty good. This month it lost. right? These numbers are weak. Um, and of course, it's going to deal with global things. But my thought, is mixed. Same thing what it said right here. But what did the article say? The data suggests weakening momentum in the economy, right? With the most production side sectors facing increasing pressures. However, the report also pointed to some stabilizing factors, as foreign demand and private consumption showed resilience, helping to offset some of the negative trends. So again, this economy really ain't doing so good, to be honest. That's what it to me. That's what it's saying. Coming down to the consumer sector, wow, look at these numbers deep into the negatives, but a little bit better. Right, consumers feel a bit better about the economy. Overall, they feel pessimistic. I know I say optimistic because it was better than this number here, but overall, they still pessimistic about the economy. Retail sales pretty weak. Um, you know, I was saying, could this possibly be because of the manufacturing decline, which we just seen is pretty weak, and the unemployment increase for the start of Q1, which gave forward guidance on consumer spending. So we ain't hit there yet. We're actually about to go to the labor sector next. But if you got a combination of manufacturing is going down, meaning the supply is going down in that country, and of course that's going to deal with global demand. But then you also have the unemployment rate increasing. Of course, retail sales, the consumer activity is going to be weak. They don't have the money to spend, or they reserve with their money, meaning they're going to be saving with all this stuff going on. All this stuff put together into everything tells a story, and that's what you want to take a look at. Now, coming down to the labor sector, UE did increase. Pretty, not too bad compared to some of the other countries I've seen, but still, it did increase. Let me see, demand is declining, which is affecting the minimum. So this decline, when did this come out? February the 6th. This one came out, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why my computer do that. February 28th, so definitely gave forward guidance. Jesus, I'm sorry. This came out February the 5th. So yeah, this gave forward guidance for the unemployment. And you see how you can place these trades? If manufacturing came out first, which was on the 5th, and it was down, and then the next day unemployment came out, you possibly can bet and trade the chef to go lower, depending on what other economies and economic data is coming out as well, of course, right? But you see how dynamic you got to be in the market. And so UE came out the next day. So that means when retail sales came out on the 28th, what would you expect? A sale. Because those two complements each other, meaning that sometimes it might be different, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's no way these consumers will be spending money if unemployment, think about the household. Just wanted to put that out there. Now, trade partner sector, balance of trade did go down. We'll be monitoring to see how tariffs can impact this data, of course. And they said that exports will provide some support, aided by recent depreciation of the Swiss franc. Some support. Let me see now. You provided some aided by rise in employment. So this actually, okay. Let me see. Central bank. Latest reading here. Inflation. Honestly, it's stable in this economy. I'm gonna be honest with you. They laid back. So will provide Swiss franc some support, aided by a stable inflation rate, which is expected. All right, so coming down, let me see, technicals. Let me see, I think this is old, so actually I'm going to delete this. Sorry, y'all. Now, the characteristics of the Swiss franc being a safe haven, I feel like will have them appreciate in that currency. Euro PMI increases, which would alleviate pressures off of Swiss franc industry. So meaning that they increase. And lately, if I'm not mistaken, Euro have been seeing pockets of improvement, but overall they're weak. Overall, they're weak, but they have been seeing a little bit of improvement. Now, what is the downside risk to the Swiss franc? Well, manufacturing PMI keeps declining, continuing pressures on domestic and global demand weakening. Economic sentiment declines, which points to weakening momentum in the economy and production, right? Business confidence, which points to weakening momentum in the economy. Euro PMI declining, which would continue pressures on Swiss industries. So let me see. Notes. Growth is likely remain moderate, right, in Switzerland in the coming quarters. So even in the coming quarters, the only way that we will actually buy, well, I will actually buy the Swiss is the market environment. If there's global turmoil, I will be looking at buying the Swiss. But until then, I wouldn't be looking to buy Swiss anytime soon with anything. The growth in that economy is stable, is moderate. Challenges such as low capacity utilization and industrial production and high finance costs are likely to curb investments, right? People ain't going to try to be looking for there as far as investors. However, exports will provide some support aided by recent depreciation with the Swiss franc. More significantly, growth will be driven by private consumption, buoyed by rising employment and a stable inflation rate. So, okay, so the support, we look at that employment would rise, the stable inflation rate, which is expected. Okay, boom. Year slight decrease. Let me see now. Additionally, weak economic performance in the Eurozone, compounded by the strength of Swiss franc, is placing considerable strain on Swiss industries. The poor performance of let me say this. The poor performance of Eurozone purchasing managers indices add weight to the argument for a 50 basis point to support economic activity in Switzerland. So they might be looking to cut because of all this, for real. I'm still trying to do more research on the relationship between Switzerland, Euro, and Great Britain. And so I'm still actually figuring that out, but I just wanted to go over all of this. Pretty much is that I won't be looking to buy Swiss franc unless there's certain data points that come out with the United States and things of that nature where it might go down and it have the market in a frantic, and they're not looking for risk on currencies, then I will be buying the Swiss, right? So yeah, this is my breakdown with the Swiss economy. One love, peace. I'll see you in the next video.